Bird on, Bears fans, Bird on, Breeze Nation. I am here to give you 3 keys to a Chicago Bears victory over the Vegas Raiders, and it starts right now. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports weekly. We are the only channel that's talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us. Now, the 2-2 Bears, our 2-2 Bears are going in to take on the 3-1 Vegas Raiders in a short week going into Vegas. So I'm going to give you my 3 keys to a Bears victory. And of course, key number 1, listen. David Montgomery may be out, right? And that might change the game plan a little bit, but you have to give Damian Williams a ton of touches. Make sure that he stays completely involved in this game plan. First things first, because with Justin Fields in the game, it's going to make things easier on your young quarterback. It's going to make things easier for him to navigate, especially if they have that, is this a run? Is this a pass? What should I do here? What's going to be the next move? It just makes things easier for any quarterback in general, but especially for your young rookie quarterback. But not only that, this is a game where the Bears are going to be able to use a strength versus a weakness of the Vegas Raiders. And what I mean by that, Bears right now a top 10 rushing team, averaging about 122 rushing yards a game. Now, does that change a little bit with David Montgomery not in there, going in with Khalil Herbert and Damian Williams? Absolutely it does, but you still have the running game as a strength. You still have a very good running back in that backfield, and Vegas has been awful this year. They are 23rd in the NFL, giving up 132 yards a game. And so the run game is something that you absolutely can exploit. Give Damian Williams as much opportunity as you can to really attack that Vegas defense, because if you're able to get this run game going, it does a couple of things for you. First thing it does for you, like I said, it makes Justin's life easier. It makes them more worry a little bit more about Damian Williams. It makes them focus in on that, and it's one of your strengths. The other thing that it does for you, though, is it keeps your defense, the thing that I've been saying for weeks, hey, you have to rely on this defense. You have to lean on it. You have to keep it fresh. It keeps them off of the field, giving them more time to rest so that when they are on the field, they're a more impactful defense. And if they're able to do that, then that means they're able to get to Derek Carr. That means things are going easier and better for the Bears. And you're relying on the strengths of this team versus a team that right now I would say is better than the Bears. And the Bears shouldn't probably come out with a victory, but I absolutely think that they can, because I think that things just line up well for the Bears going into this game. Now, before I continue with the video, I do want to know you guys' opinion. Let me know in the comments below. What are your keys to a Chicago Bears victory over the Vegas Raiders? I'll be down in the comments below talking with you as well. Now, key number 2, somewhat along the same lines as key number 1, especially when we're talking about running the ball. But I want to see, and I know I've been somebody that said, listen, you want to see your quarterback throwing the ball more times than not. You want to see your quarterback going out there and using his arm over his legs. But I think that this is a week where it might be an inverse to the rule because of how much Vegas does give up on the run, because of how much Vegas struggles to stop the run. I think that, and Bill Lazor kind of mentioned this too, he was talking about that with Justin Fields in the game, you have to have a healthy dose of run pass option, and you want to have those designed quarterback runs in there, and it's going to fluctuate week to week. I think this is a week where you want to see possibly 8 to 10 of those runs based on how Vegas just comes out and plays the game, because what that does is now they're keeping a spy on Justin the entire game, which they might do anyway, but they're keeping a spy on Justin the entire game. Justin's able to get outside the pocket. Most of the spies that are in the league too can't keep up with him, so he'll be able to get you some of those short yardage gains. I don't want to see him running for 40, you know what I'm saying? But I think that if he's able to take off, if he uses his quickness, what that's going to do is open up so much with his arm. It's going to, especially if you have those design rollouts, you got a moving pocket for on that offensive line. You know, the offensive line is going to be key here, but I think even with that, that makes things easier on Damian Williams, because now you get some of that run pass option in there. Now you get some of that play action in there. Now you've really got the Vegas defense on its heels. And if Justin Fields with the threat to take off does take off, we know that he can get those chunk plays. And what that does now it's opening up things. Now everybody's playing up. Now you get the opportunity to get A-Rob deep for 20, Darnell Mooney for a 64-yard shot. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that are going to pull the defense in and open up things deep. And once you pull that defense in and you're able to beat them over the top, Vegas becomes very, very vulnerable. And the reason you want to do that mainly is because Vegas versus the pass is not bad. They're a top 15 passing offense or defense. I believe that they're actually like 13 in the NFL right now. So that they don't give up a ton of passing yards. They had kind of a down week last week versus Justin Herbert, but our offense also isn't the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? So these are kind of ways to get that offense moving in the right direction. Get Justin Fields. I mean, now he's the guy going forward. Get him in a rhythm and him moving in the right direction, and get his arm to be involved in the game, because if you bring all of that forward, you're able to attack downfield. Now you're allowing your receivers to do what they need to do to make those plays, and it just makes life easier for everybody involved. Now, before I get to key number 3, I want you guys to know about FanDuel, man. A lot of you have signed up with us. A lot of you have won some money, but I want you guys to know about FanDuel. Check the link in the description below, man, because the question right now, are you like us, man? Bears fans who know that they can run a successful franchise if given a chance. Well, we've teamed up with FanDuel to give you that opportunity to put your GM skills to the test. With FanDuel being the premier gaming destination in the United States, we realize it's the perfect way not only to link with the Breeze Nation and play some fantasy football with y'all, so it's not just 20 of us in a league, but it's the whole Breeze Nation, but also giving you the opportunity to win some cash prizes. We will be doing the Windy City Weekly. We've already given away over $400 in the Windy City Weekly, and we got another big prize coming this week. So check the link in the description below to sign up. It's simple. You pick your team while staying under the given salary cap, and if you pick the best team, you win cash money in your pocket. So check the link in the description below, or go to fanduel.com/Windy City Weekly. We'll see you in the contest, man. Y'all not taking my money. You're not taking my money. But make sure to sign up with us and check the link in the description below. If you do sign up, make sure to use the referral name, Pat the Designer, all one word, so that we get credit for it. Now, key number 3, and probably the most important key coming into this week, especially with some defensive deficiencies on the Bears side. Your DBs just got to play better. But like at a minimum, the defense hasn't been awful, but it's been able to be picked apart, because pretty much everybody's like, well, Jalen Johnson has a little bit of talent. We won't throw the ball to that side of the field. We'll throw it over here at Duke Shelley. Not even so much just, I'll say it like this. Not even so much that, I mean, because there's just going to be a talent difference with Duke Shelley on that side of the field, right? He's just not at that level of DB. He's not up there where teams are going to fear him. He hasn't proven himself there. I think he needs to do that as well. But even at its basis form, I'm talking about Eddie Jackson, Jalen Johnson, Duke Shelley, all of those guys, right? Everybody back there, even the linebackers in some sense of it. The Bears as a whole on defense have to tackle. How many times have we seen a play get sniffed out just this season where, hey, this should be a 5-yard loss, and instead it ends up getting back to the line of scrimmage or even gaining yards because we didn't wrap up and tackle? That's going to be the biggest thing here. Josh Jacobs coming through the middle with Akeem Hicks dealing with that knee, groin injury. I'm sorry. He was pretty much out all week in practice. He pretty much going to be, I would say, out for the game. I don't see him not practicing all week, especially with a groin injury and at this age, and then all of a sudden he's good to go for the game. So he's probably going to be out. Josh Jacobs absolutely going to be able to get some yardage up the middle. So we need to be on that. We need to be wrapping up in the backfield. We need to be wrapping up the quarterback as a whole, getting to Derek Carr and making sure we're wrapping him up, because we've seen a lot of quarterbacks get the pressure but be able to get out of that pressure and get away. We got to get that wrap up there, and especially when we're getting into the mid-level and further out. I mean, we've seen multiple plays this season go for big gains just because Eddie Jackson's just throwing his shoulder out there instead of a wrap-up tackle. We have to tackle. I know that he says, tackling doesn't get you paid, but I'll tell you what, not tackling is absolutely not going to get you paid again. Like, you have to, I mean, this is simple. Like, we playing football, right? Like, I'm not even saying nothing crazy here. Like, this shouldn't even be like a statement that we're making on defense. You got to tackle. We got to get these guys on the ground, especially Josh Jacobs, and a lot of what these receivers want to do over in Oakland, because if not, they will be able to turn them into big plays. This is a dynamic offense that, I mean, Derek Carr going into last week had the most passing yards in the NFL. So this is a offense that absolutely wants to move the ball through the air, and they're going to attack the side that Jalen Johnson isn't on. So we have to be better defensively in that regard. And those are my 3 keys to a Chicago Bears victory. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. Hey, to continue watching our Chicago Bears content, check the links in the description below. And we want to know how you guys feel, man. Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. As always, man, it's your boy, Pat the Designer. Back at it again. Hey, yo, Chicago. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Bear down. Cop some of this Bears merch. We got plenty of it. Peace.